Terence Crawford will apparently be the mandatory challenger for Jeff Horn versus Gary Corcoran. The winner of that fight will have to face Terence Crawford as their mandatory. I don't know how that even happens, given the fact that Terence Crawford has never fought at welterweight before. But you know how these sanctioning bodies are. They appear to just make up the rules as they go along. Now, I rate Terence Crawford highly. You guys should know that, who've been following my channel for any length of time. So this is not a dig at Crawford. It's just a dig at the sanctioning bodies. That's all. As far as the fight itself, Gary Corcoran, I know he's a British fighter, but I can't remember watching him fight before. Jeff Horn, I obviously have watched. I would definitely pick Terence Crawford to beat Jeff Horn, but maybe Jeff Horn's underrated. Maybe his size, his physicality, his toughness would be able to offset the skill and the speed and what have you that Terence Crawford's going to come to the table with if Jeff Horn actually gets past Corcoran. I wasn't massively impressed with Jeff Horn against Pacquiao. He has some ability there, obviously. He was fighting a very faded fighter in Pacquiao. But I didn't see anything there to suggest that he'd be able to give Terence Crawford any significant problems. But you never know, especially with Crawford moving up in weight and finally facing guys who are potentially significantly bigger than he is. Jeff Horn, if nothing, is physically strong and he's in shape. I know Terence Crawford did fight Victor Postal and Delorme. These were pretty big guys. You could say they were as big as Crawford, if not bigger. But when you're stepping up to welterweight, the guys are on another level in terms of their physical stature again. So it remains to be seen. I will be picking Terence Crawford 100% if he does end up fighting Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn, really, I hope he gets paid properly from fighting the Terence Crawford. That's all I hope for him, because it's as if the sanctioning body, the WBO, have really screwed Jeff Horn over by making Terence Crawford his mandatory challenger. You look at Kell Brook when he was IBF welterweight champion, the mandatory challengers he got, and then compare that to what Jeff Horn has got here in Terence Crawford. Now, don't get it twisted. I like seeing good fights. I like seeing competitive fights. But I also like seeing consistency. And I know we're talking about different sanctioning bodies here, but it just goes to show you, you know, in some situations, you get mandatory challengers who are far weaker than they should be. And people would probably make that accusation of the IBF when it came to Kell Brook. But then you get mandatory challengers who are a lot stronger than they should be. And in this case, Terence Crawford against Jeff Horn. And why I say that is because, again, Terence Crawford hasn't even fought at welterweight before. So how on earth has he become mandatory challenger? How does that actually work? He's never fought at welterweight. He's never competed in any eliminators or any ranking fights in the division. I don't get it. If he was a champion at light welterweight and he was stepping up for a one-off fight against a champion in the division above in a voluntary for that champion, I could understand it. But to be mandatory challenger? Come on, people. These sanctioning bodies are taking the piss when it comes to stuff like this. Those are my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If this fight goes down, what do you think is going to happen? And also, this Gary Corcoran fight, how do you think that's going to go? If you're familiar with Corcoran, because I'm not really, how do you think he'll do against Jeff Horn? Does he have a decent shot? Let me know, people. It's happening. I'm out.